WRSR, Owasso, Flint. The following program has been pre-recorded and is paid for by Discover Flint Township. The views expressed are those of Discover Flint Township and do not necessarily reflect the views of 103.9 The Fox or Krill Communications, Inc. Welcome to Discover Flint Township, a program showcasing our local community. Flint Township is ready for your next move. And now, your host, Flint Township Economic Enhancement Director, Tracy Tucker.
I'm Tracy Tucker, and this is Discover Flint Township, brought to you by Flint Township Economic Development Authorities, HAP, Financial Plus Credit Union, Shea Automotive Group, and 103.9 The Fox. We're wide awake, and we hope you are too. All right, so we're going to enter into our guaranteed rate business spotlight portion of the show, and we're doing it a little bit different today because we're not really so much as talking about the business that my next guest has come from, but we're talking to her about her. So I'm going to introduce one of the people. I've met her over the last few years, and her name's Patty Williams, and she works at Huntington Bank. She lives in our area and she works in our area. And she does a few other things we're going to get into in a minute. So why don't you introduce yourself and let everybody know where you work at so that we get that part in there.
All right. Thank you so much for inviting me. I am Patty Williams, and I do currently work at Huntington Bank. And on June 19th, I will be an employee at Huntington Bank for over 22 years.
Wow.
Yeah. And like you said, I do live in the Flint Township area. Yeah. And I have just recently been appointed the president of the Beecher Road CIA board. So I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, and we're excited to have you. And that's really one of the things I wanted to get into with you. But first of all, you said 22 years.
22 years.
Wow. That's a lot.
You know, when I first interviewed for the position, the majority of the employees that interviewed me had been employees at Huntington Bank for over 45, 50 years. Wow. And I knew that was going to be the place that I definitely wanted to work and retire from. So, yeah, right. Officially, it'll be 22 years. I have served in several capacities at the bank. I started as a banker, a manager, a district manager, and then when we purchased other banks, I went back to the Flint Linden Road area because I wanted to be around my community. The people knew me there, and I wanted to be able to help serve the community that I lived in, to be able to help people buy houses and help their kids go to college. And I just wanted to be a part of that because I knew so many people within the community. Right. Huntington Bank graciously allowed me to come back, and I've been here, like I said, June 19th, it'll be 22 years.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And, you know, Patty is a great person. I've got to know her a little bit and find out about more of her personal life. Now, you also have a business, do you not?
I do. I am a personal trainer at New Beginning Fitness Center. It's located on Beecher Road. It's 3601 Beecher Road. I've been a personal trainer for over 28 years. I started in my basement. And my husband found a location for me right off Beecher Road. And my business is going crazy. Even through right after COVID, it went crazy. Yeah. People are trying to find a place that they can go and be comfortable and not be around a lot of people, and they gravitated to me. My business has actually almost tripled since COVID.
And you actually won like a fitness award, right? I mean, you know.
You know too much about me.
I know, I do.
Yep, I just recently, I'm sorry.
It's that recently. CIA thing.
I swear. I just I won't say recently, but I was crowned Miss Black Fit and Fine Beauty Pageant Queen in 2019. You got me blushing over here because you know too much about me. In 2019, and then when COVID hit, we weren't able to actually do the pageant in person, so they decided that they wanted me to carry the crown for another year. So I actually, yes, it's the first time ever probably in history that someone has actually been a beauty queen for 2 years.
Yeah,
so
that's
actually,
awesome.
yes, in 2021, at the end of this year, I'll be hopefully crowning a new queen.
There you go. There you go. That is so cool. And, so I want to get into, you live in the area, you work in the area, and you have volunteered, and I want to, get this out there to everybody that my bosses that are on the Economic Development Authority boards are all volunteers. None of them receive a penny for working on these boards. And Patty is now been elected the chairman of the Beecher Road CIA board. So the CIA stands for Corridor Improvement Authority. We're not, spies in your area or anything like that.
That's funny. I never even thought about that.
Yeah. Well, I tell everybody I'm a CIA director.
Oh, my gosh. I'm going to start using that. Let's see how that goes.
Yeah, you're the chairman of the CIA.
The chairman of the CIA. Oh, my gosh. I don't know.
You never even thought about it, did you?
No, I didn't until today. I'm going to use that. Matter of fact, I'm going to be posting that all over the place and see how well that goes.
There you go. So, yeah, you're the director of the CIA's boss. But but to be serious, what that entails is the Beecher Road Corridor Improvement Authority area is on Beecher Road, starts where the hospitality house is. That's the first part of Flint Township on Beecher Road, and extends west to Graham Road. And so all those businesses that are in there are part of that corridor. And the objective of this board is to create economic development opportunities for that area, look at blight, look at infrastructure improvements, how to better that area. And we've done a few things because it's developed mostly already. There's not a ton of money coming in yet for that authority. So what they're more doing right now is doing the basics, keeping stuff clean, doing things like that, doing marketing and that kind of stuff. But major projects are what we're planning for at this point, right?
Right.
That's what you're kind of looking at. And another thing people might not understand is that we do not use the normal funds like taxpayer dollars that they're paying because they own property.
Right. We
only are funded by new projects that come in and the upward value. So if somebody's paying $1 of property tax to the township right now that's in that area, say they're paying $100 because $1 I couldn't even explain it with that, but say they're paying $100 in property taxes every year. If they're in that corridor and their value increases to $110, we only capture the tax of the $10. Everything else stays at the township, so it doesn't affect regular services and that kind of stuff. And if we're not doing our job right as the Corridor Improvement Authority, those values don't go up.
Correct.
So that's why it's very important that we stay on task. And, we've done like community events. We did have some remotes that we did there with Happy Elephant and some of the other businesses that were in there. And doing things like this where we've allowed the businesses to come in and have airtime on the radio. So
I really like the fact that, when I receive those emails and I see like during COVID time where we really publicized the small businesses in our area so that people could go and patronize those businesses so that they can stay in business. That was huge.
Yeah.
I was at work and I received the email and I was given an opportunity to share with my staff along with the people of Flint these are the businesses that are still open within the Flint Township. Let's go to those restaurants, make sure we eat there for takeout and things like that. That was really huge, and it speaks volume of how the Flint CIA board take care of the community that we live in. So I really enjoyed seeing that through my emails.
Yeah, that was something we really tried to push and for any of you who didn't see it when we did it, what we had was an interactive map that people could go on and see what businesses were open.
Right.
And try to help support those businesses. We did some remotes at businesses so that people would be like, hey, the salons and stuff are open now, and that type of thing. And I know that the small businesses really appreciated that, and that is still and I think you've decided as well, and I know we have a meeting this week.
We have a meeting tomorrow.
So we'll have be discussing this more, but I think that the board will decide to continue on that marketing campaign of trying to help these small businesses and doing remotes with them and trying to push out that they're open and trying to help them in that way still.
One of the things that I truly want to say, when I said in the beginning, I live in Flint Township, I work in Flint Township, and I'm proud to say I live in Flint Township. We care about our community. That Beecher Road, we continue to talk about hoping that we can get sidewalks so that people can walk down the sidewalk. So it's not that we're just talking about it, we're actually doing things about it. I was really excited to see, it's called Black Wall Street took over that building right there on Beecher Road. It didn't become a blight. So there's businesses that are going into that area, and I believe that whole complex. It used to be Beech Tree. So that whole entire area now, it's almost got businesses there.
Right.
And that's important to avoid any type of blight.
Right.
And I just want, when I drive down that Beecher Road area, you don't see a lot of blight. You don't see that. And so we care about our community. So for those that are out there that's going to be listening to us, if they're looking for a community to come and and work and live in, definitely the Flint Township is the place to be. I don't know if there's any houses around because of the housing market.
I know.
But it's definitely a place to come and be.
Right, exactly. And we welcome everyone to come here. I mean, that's part of what we do is kind of talk about what's going on in our area.
Exactly.
And how can we help people come here, but also how can we keep people here that live here or work here or have a business here? How can we help them?
Right.
That's a big push. Right?
And we do that. Right?
Yeah. We're trying.
People can pick up the phone and call and go onto our website and see the beautiful things that we're doing. And I have to say, I'm from Flint originally, but I moved to Flint Township, and I plan on staying here for a long period of time, and only because we care about our community. You see other areas where it's not so beautified as we take care of
Did you grow up here?
I was born in Chicago.
Oh, okay.
But I moved here.
We'll let that go. You're a Flint Township person now.
Just remember, I'm of the CIA. So,
yeah, exactly.
But my mother moved us here when I was about 6 years old.
Okay.
So I'm originally from Flint, but I'm been living in Flint Township for over 25 years.
Yeah. I grew up here, so
Yep.
It's the only place I've been.
So I know yesterday you and I, we talked a little bit about Beecher Road, and we talked about trying to get sidewalks in and things of that nature. And I'm not sure if we can even discuss how or if that's going to even come to play at all, and if so, if we can let the people know, how that may be paid for. And I don't know if that's things that we can even
what we're
discuss.
looking at, we can discuss it. I mean, it's an idea. It's something we want out there because what we want is to make it a more walkable area,
right?
Where the people that are in those subdivisions that are there
Right.
can get to the businesses without having to drive and without having to walk down Beecher Road.
Right,
We
right.
want something that's safer. And so while we don't have a lot of funding right now,
Right.
we can get the plans in place so when we do have the funding, we can make it happen.
Right.
So that's all a part of what your board does.
Right.
And just as long as the public understands when we're talking about these things, it doesn't mean it's going to happen
Right.
tomorrow. We have to plan it out. Otherwise, we would, the only way to get it done tomorrow is if we charge the residents to do it.
Oh,
and we don't want to
definitely
do
wanna
that.
That's
Yeah.
why we're called planners.
Yeah,
planners,
exactly.
CIA planners. We definitely don't want to do that. Like I said,
Exactly.
I live in the
Exactly.
community, and I definitely don't want to see that happen either.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's exactly right. We want to be able to do these things without it costing our residents extra funds
Right.
to get them done.
Right.
So, we are looking at, we have those ARPA funds that are coming from the feds. We're supposed to be getting some funds into the township that can be used for economic development. So we're trying to get that plan together of what projects do we have floating out there that are economic development that would qualify for the dollars, and how can we, get them on a list so that we can get those funds, because our funds will come through the state. They don't come
Right.
directly to us like
Right.
some of them do. So we want to make sure that we have a coherent plan that we can present to the state to get the dollars.
Right.
So that's one of the things we're going to be talking about in our meeting too. So I'm just kind of laying this on Patty. Oh, she's
Right,
here.
I'm
She's
sit-
like,
I'm
oh,
sitting here like,
really?
oh,
Is that what we're
that's what we're gonna do.
Yeah, is that what we're
Well,
discussing?
I'm still excited about coming back. We haven't had
meeting
an
in person?
opportunity to meet in person in a while, and I can't
Yeah.
wait till they see you.
Yeah.
Man, I know you guys can't see her out here, but man, she's absolutely gorgeous. So I
Oh, well,
can't.
thank you. Wow.
Maybe I shouldn't have spilled the bean. I want
I'm
them to be
supposed to be. I'm
surprised
on the
when you walk in
radio
here.
for a reason.
I shouldn't have said that. I want them to be surprised as I was when you walked in. COVID, and I know I don't even know we're supposed to be talking about this stuff.
Yeah,
but
you
anyway,
can. Go
I
ahead.
know during COVID, by me being a personal trainer, I go out on Facebook and Instagram, and I see a lot of my friends. I hope they don't shoot me, and they come out, and I'm like, okay, they have that COVID weight, and then you walk into the bank, and I was like, holy crap, girl, look at you. You did the opposite. I was like, oh my God, I had to take my mask off, take a double take. I said, man, you look good. I'm still blushing. It wasn't even me.
She's turning me red over
It's
here. I
for
probably look
real.
like a cherry tomato.
I tell you, but those are the type of things that personal trainers look at, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's why I always hated going up to Patty, because Patty is very svelte and she's very, she's a very good looking lady. And I, wait a bit. And
What was that? I hear you.
I always felt like, oh, God.
You know what? And that's so crazy that people, I know we're getting off track here, but
That's
anyway,
okay.
it's the personal trainer in me. A lot of people feel that way sometimes, and they can be intimidated. And I'm like, I'm just me. I'm just a real person. And some people, just because you're thin and fit doesn't mean you're healthy. Right?
Yeah, well, there's that.
But when I saw you, I knew you were healthy, because I was like, your face looked good, your hair was all bouncy, your body was like, can I say banging on here? And I was like, man, I was proud of you. Shoot, I can't wait till those people on the board see you tomorrow.
That's funny.
They gonna be.
That's funny.
I you know what? I think I'll bring my camera and my video
Lord.
so that I
That's
can
just what I
see
need.
the expression on their face when they walk in the room. I think I'll get there at 8:00.
That.
So I'll be the first one there. to
That's
see you.
funny. Well, and just like everybody else, we haven't been able to meet in person, and so our last meeting that we had, we had our elections of officers.
Yeah.
And Patty didn't happen to be at that meeting. So Patty kind of got volunteered to be the chairman.
Mick from Gaines walked in the bank and he goes, congratulations. And a couple of the board members walked in and they were like, congratulations. And I'm like, what do you guys talk about? Why do I keep getting congratulated? I was already the queen. I got my position here at the bank. I own my business. What did I do that I don't know about? And they were like, we elected you as the chairman of the board. And I'm like, huh? It's like, it was in the paper. I was like, what? What? I went home and told my husband, I said, never miss a meeting.
That's right.
Never miss a meeting. And then they were like, you're going to be okay? I said, I'll be okay. We'll stay on track and we'll get things done. So I'm going to get things done.
That's so funny.
We're going to get it done.
Yep,
I'm never missing another meeting.
Yeah, that'll teach you. That's what we always tell them too. If you miss a meeting, you never know what'll happen.
Yeah, that's never gonna happen again.
Never gonna happen again.
No more
so
meetings.
Funny.
I can't. Chairmans can't miss their own meetings.
No, not now. Well, you know what? I want to thank you for coming in. It's been a lot of fun and very entertaining.
I hope you can invite me back. I can talk all day. That's what I do.
Yeah, we'll have you back. But I got to wrap it up. So I want to remind our listeners that if you have any questions for us or any suggestions for what you'd like to hear on our show or business you'd like us to spotlight, you can email us at discoverflinttownship@gmail.com, or you can visit me on Facebook at Flint Township Events. That's FLINTTWPEVENTS. Our YouTube channel is Discover Flint Township, and I want to let everybody know we are on Spotify now and Anchor for our podcast, so you can get us there. Our web pages are discoverflinttownship.com or flinttownship.org. And I want to thank my guest today, Patty, for coming in, and I want to thank our partners, HAP, Shea Automotive Group, Financial Plus Credit Union, Guaranteed Rate, and 103.9 The Fox. And seems like there was something I'm missing, but I'm not, so whatever. Discover Flint Township with us next Sunday.
Patty?
Oh, yeah, at Huntington Bank. How did they get a hold of you?
You can find me at Huntington Bank, 1373 South Linden Road. And you can also find me at New Beginning Fitness Center, 3601 Beecher Road.
All right, awesome. So tune in next Sunday at 7:30 a.m. right here on 103.9 The Fox. I'm Tracy Tucker. I'm the Flint Township Economic Enhancement Director, and I want to remind you to stay safe, stay healthy, shop local, buy local, and discover Flint Township. See you later.
This has been Discover Flint Township with Tracy Tucker. For more information, visit discoverflinttownship.com. Flint Township is ready for your next move. The preceding program was pre-recorded and was paid for by Discover Flint Township. The views expressed are those of Discover Flint Township and do not necessarily reflect the views of 103.9 The Fox or Krill Communications, Inc.